The Philadelphia 76ers are hoping for a Rocky-like comeback to get this series at 2-2, and the Chicago Bulls will line up in this manner: John Paxson and Michael Jordan in the backcourt. Up front, the combination of Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, who had only a 9 for 23 from the field on Friday night, and the center, Bill Cartwright. The coach of the Chicago Bulls, Phil Jackson. For the hometown Philadelphia 76ers, the backcourt of Ricky Green, who's bothered by a knee problem. Hersey Hawkins, who had a terrific game, including the game winner on Friday. Armin Gilliam, Charles Barkley are up front. And the center, Rick Mahorn, who, as Mike mentioned, has had his difficulties with the back problem, has not been able to get into it thus far in the series. And there is the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, Jim Lynam. Now, for more on the physical condition of these two ball clubs, let's go to Ahmad Rashad.
About the injuries on these teams during this time of the year, but I'm going to tell you how the coaches and the players deal with it. It just doesn't exist. There's not a starting player in the NBA that's playing right now that doesn't have an injury of some sort. You simply just must play. The NBA playoffs are a survival of the fittest. Now, I talked to Hersey Hawkins before the game. He said Michael Jordan has tendonitis and he scored 46 points. Maybe I should have some of that tendonitis. Marv?
All right, Ahmad. And the officials are Jake O'Donnell, Dan Crawford, and Bob Delaney. Game one last Saturday in Chicago. The Bulls walloped the Sixers. The final score, 105-92, did not really tell the story. Game two in Chicago on Monday. The Sixers won it. Should say the Bulls won it in a very physical game, winning by 12, and the Sixers win in game three here at the Spectrum, despite the 46 by Jordan. Michael did miss 3 free throws in the final minutes, and he said he could not push off properly.
Well, it makes a difference in that deep knee bend that he takes. Obviously changes the stroke, and they were critical free throws, as it turns out.
And he says the bad knee prevented him from shooting the jump shot with ease. So in the fourth quarter, he did take the ball to the hole upon occasion. The Bulls controlling the tip. Pippen played by Barkley. Man of defense right at the start. And Jordan from long range. Cartwright keeps it alive. Cartwright and Mahorn in a battle. Bulls have tried game in, game out to get Cartwright off early, and they have succeeded recently. It's a tripping foul. No! A traveling violation. Barkley cannot believe it.
As Charles Barkley grabbed the rebound and tried to power dribble out to start the fast break, the one official saw foul, the other official saw some tiny steps take place first, and there they were. It was a good call by the official.
Bulls setting up with their weave. Pippen with the screen jump, and rebounded by Grant. Jordan, yes, the Bulls 2, and the 76ers nothing.
He found his vertical jump again, by the way.
And you notice that Michael appears to be moving gingerly here at the start.
He in transition that time, going back down the floor on defense, nice and easy running back. Did not go into an all-out sprint.
Mahorn, and he gets off. And that could be a good sign for the 76ers. Not that it is a true barometer, but I get the feeling in observing Rick Mahorn prior to the previous games where he was not in the best of spirits, very playful during the pregame warm-up. And it's a loose ball foul against the Bulls. It'll be 76ers ball. With Rick Mahorn back to his kidding around ways during the pregame warm-ups, you get the feeling that he might be feeling better as you take a look at Jordan off the follow-through and moving up court in very careful fashion.
Well, Rick Mahorn, not unusual. When you feel good and you think you have a chance to play well, it brings your spirits, your emotions to one point. When you're struggling, it brings you on a downer. You know that.
I face that with you on an everyday basis.
I realize that.
Sixers and Bulls are tied at 2 with 2 minutes gone by. Here's Pippen and Gilliam on the rebound.
Pippen drove around them. As a result, Pippen was under the rim. Barkley had a head start on the fast break.
Grant. Chicago won for its first 7 from the field. Jordan from downtown. Yes. And once again, backpedals in an obvious manner to tell us that he is struggling here in the early going.
Yeah, not willing to push off on that left leg.
Gilliam gets inside, and it's rebounded by Pippen. Last touch by Barkley. It will be 76er ball. The Bulls 5, and the Sixers 4.
Some people might have felt that ball had gone out of bounds off of Pippen, but what actually took place was a good no call by Jake O'Donnell. Just gave the ball over. Wasn't a foul on Barkley, but give the ball to Chicago. They should have had it.
Cartwright with the head fake. Nice recovery by Mahorn. Barkley beating the Bulls down. He was also looking for a foul. Sixers with a 6-5 lead. Jordan for the open 3. And again, cobbles back down court.
Well, as long as he's going to be standing out there and not putting the ball on the floor, you're not going to have to see any double teaming. They're just basically saying, if you're going to make him from out there, we'll watch you for a while.
Reach and foul called on Jordan. And Hersey Hawkins, who has been nearly automatic at the free throw line, will shoot a pair.
Mahorn has been determined today to come out and be a factor, a contributor in this basketball game. He told us in the locker room before, I got to make something happen. Barkley sprinting out, receives the long lead pass. Jordan from behind gets a little piece, but the score counts.
Hersey Hawkins, 31 for 32 from the line in this series against the Bulls. Bulls by 1. Hersey Hawkins with only the 10 points in that wipeout in game 1, but he has come on. 30 in game 2. He had the game winner in game 3 along with the 29 points, and he hit 4 of 6 from downtown on Friday. Also blocked. He blocked 4 shots.
You know, we talked a number of times during the season, added responsibility on Joe Dumars for the Pistons when Isaiah went down, having to lead, having to defend, having to score. Hawkins in a similar situation. They need his scoring, but yet he's got to defend Michael Jordan.
Most unusual pass attempt that went astray. Oh, look at that. Barkley getting away with a palm.
No, a high dribble.
Yes. Right. Jordan questioned it, and off the double team, the kick ball is called.
Barkley loves to lead fast breaks, one of the small forwards in the league that has the ability to do that. And right about here, he loses control. The official said, no, it just went straight up and down, a high dribble. Jordan said, oh, no, he turned it over.
Game tied at 8. Pippen jumping out for the steal, and Jordan leads the 4-on-2. Michael Jordan. Now 3 out of 5. It counts.
Jordan, who shoots the jumper, leaves a mismatch underneath. Grant jumping against Hawkins underneath. No match right there. Just too much size. Powers it back up and in.
Foul called on the horn. And Horace Grant to the line. He has discarded the goggles. He said in our conversation with him last night, he said that Charles Oakley and Patrick Ewing in the series against the Knicks were constantly knocking them off on purpose, and he said the Sixers are doing the same. So he has shed them, even though he is nearsighted, but says it doesn't matter.
I read that in the Knicks scouting report to knock the goggles free.
Barkley squaring up for the shot from downtown, and Cartwright getting the good position. Phil Jackson was upset with Horace Grant the other day. Pippen getting inside for the reverse, and the Bulls with a 13-8 lead. Phil wanted Horace Grant to be a bit more physical against the 76ers. Here's Hawkins, and Cartwright rebounds. Phil Jackson, usually a very low-key coach on the sideline. Jackson, and Hawkins gets to it, but he was caught within camera range Friday night screaming at Grant, who walked away from it. Green not able to hit. Green gets it back. Nice feed for Barkley. And the Bulls lead by 3. We asked spoke Horace and Phil about it. Phil said, well, it's one of those things. He wanted to get Horace more aggressive. Here's Grant from deep. Grant gets it back. And let's see the officials check it out. It will be Chicago ball. Horace Grant also made the point he respects Phil Jackson so much that he walked away. He did not want to get into any kind of tirade with him. We'll be right back.
Because if you don't watch your figure, who will?
It's the right feel now.
Because when it comes to water, the only place to start is at the top.
It's the right feel now.
Because when the party's going full steam, you don't want to fill up. So reach for the beer that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet.
Coors Light, it's the right feel now.
Mazda trucks are built so tough, they're guaranteed bumper to bumper long enough for a trip around the world. Twice. Mazda trucks, guaranteed tough.
Gillette presents Sensor, the system, the technology that will change the way you shave forever. Sensor, twin blades set on springs to read your face and respond. Independent suspension to sense and adjust to every curve of your face. No other razor comes close. Gillette Sensor, for the best shave a man can get.
Oscar winner Rod Steiger and Michael Gross take you on one of the biggest manhunts in FBI history. In the Line of Duty 3, Manhunt in the Dakotas, NBC tonight.
This is the scene Friday night as Phil Jackson went at Horace Grant. Horace just walked away. Phil said that kind of lost it for the moment, but he's trying to make a point to get Horace more aggressively involved.
In a high-pressure situation such as the playoffs with competitive people playing and coaching the game, those things are going to happen. The most important thing is, though, that everyone understands you put that behind you, you move on to the biggest thing, and that's advancing to the next round.
The Bulls 5 for 15 from the field. The Sixers at 4 out of 9. Jordan has come out, hit 3 out of 5, 2 from downtown. And Chicago has a 3-point lead. Hawkins in the backcourt with Green up front, Gilliam, Barkley, and Mahorn. Halfway through this first quarter, Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad from the Spectrum in Philadelphia. 6 on the shot clock. Gilliam rebounded by Mahorn. And we are seeing a different Rick Mahorn this afternoon.
Much more active. Rick told us before the game, it's not the back injury that I had in Detroit. This is in the upper back part. It's more of a muscle spasm that he's trying to recover from.
Cartwright, yes. And the Bulls with a 3-point lead. Rick Mahorn in the opening series against Milwaukee shot 14 for 18 from the field. That set a 3-game series record at 78%. Gilliam posting up on Grant. Well, he went with the baby hook. Jordan looking to make the move on Hawkins. Gets help. Off the double. Cartwright open. So is Grant.
Excellent half-court execution. As soon as the 76ers double-team the high post pick and roll, the other Chicago players under the basket went to designated spots. It was just a matter of Michael Jordan picking out the right person.
Bulls lead it 17-12. 4:40 to go in this first quarter. Foul on Cartwright.
Right before this play, it was Bulls 5, second shots, Sixers 1. But Mahorn asserting himself, goes up, gets the offensive rebound, second chance score.
Body to body, guys.
Now Barkley being played by Pippen. Strong move by Charles Barkley, has made it back from a strain of the medial collateral ligament. ligament in his left knee. He is still being slowed by that brace that encases the knee. And he's playing more under control, playing with restraint. Yes, and it counts. Paxson gets the call on the continuation, and he will go to the foul line. Ricky Green on the foul.
Paxson, who has the bad right wrist, just switches over, uses the left, just turns the corner on Rick Green.
John Paxson has been quiet thus far during the playoffs. He had the outstanding shooting regular season. Bulls 20 and the Sixers 14 with just under 4 minutes to go. In this first quarter, Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinal series. Bulls up 2-1. Game 5 Tuesday. Back in the Windy City. Gilliam is clobbered by Cartwright. Beautiful double, triple pump move by Armin Gilliam.
And Chicago has changed its defense now right here within the first quarter. Early they played Gilliam straight up, no double teams. This time you'll see a triple team take place. Not only Grant from behind, but here comes Jordan. There's Cartwright. They're determined to stop Gilliam from getting off early.
Cartwright called for his second, prompting a roar from the crowd. Armin Gilliam 0 for 4 from the field. And he continues the 0 for. Gilliam had the invisible game, as did most of his teammates in Game 1, then came on Game 2, and outstanding here on Friday night. This after a strong series in the sweep of Milwaukee, having 21 a game against the Bucks.
Most important thing for a short 76er team, that front line all must do its share of rebounding. He got 11 in Game 3. The other 2 games were not acceptable off the glass.
Well, Warren played Pippen very well, but Scottie Pippen still able to connect off the crossover. It's the Bulls 22 and the 76ers 15. Andre Turner has played well here on Friday, getting set to come on. 5 on the 24. Grant with the steal. Green back. Here comes Paxson. Nice play by Green. He broke it up.
And Paxson can't believe a foul wasn't called. Ricky Green reached from behind, grabbed his arm. No call, but at least you get the ball back out of bounds.
And a lovely way to head back to the bench, as Green will sit down, replaced by Andre Turner. Ricky heard it from the crowd. Phil Jackson did not like the non-call and has some words for the official. Timeout has been taken with 3:05 remaining in the first quarter. Here's the move by Paxson and the reach-in by Green.
Now is a great time to get a Mazda 626, the best-selling car in Mazda history. Get a 626 LX now and save big on a Mazda value pack. Plus, factory-to-dealer incentives can save you hundreds more. It's a great deal, but great deals don't last forever. Right time, right car, right deal.
At your local Mazda dealer now.
It's the Coors Light Rock and Roll Summer. Yes, the beer that won't fill you up. We'll be dancing its can off all summer long. Just visit the display and look for the specially marked cans, and you could instantly win the ultimate stereo system, 10 and portable CD player, cassettes from Capitol Records, and thousands of other great music prizes. We know it's only Coors Light Rock and Roll Summer, but we like it.
The only company in the air express business with 2 next-day delivery options is Federal Express. 10:30 a.m. if your package has to arrive early, or if it can get there just a little later in the day. We've got a brand new afternoon service that will deliver almost anything up to 150 pounds by 3 o'clock at a price that's tough to beat. Same great service, now twice a day. Federal Express, absolutely, positively the best in the business. Twice a day.
They say that it's over. They say that you're through. But they just don't know you the way that I do. So bring back the best.
It's not how much you pay that counts, but what you get for your money.
This consumer tip was brought to you by Michelin. Because so much is riding on your tires.
Rick Mahorn in his 11th season out of Hampton Institute. Averaging for the season just under 11 per ball game. But look at that, 1.3 and only 3 rebounds per game over the first 3 against the Bulls. But he's opened up strong in the first quarter. Pippen got the step. And Grant with the follow. The Bulls 24 and the 76ers 15.
Keep in mind, this is a very active Chicago Bulls team. You must eliminate the number of second shot opportunities they get during the course of this game.
Mahorn. Ron Anderson getting set to come on for the first time. Jordan off the head fake. And Hawkins getting to it. Fast break for the Sixers. And Turner couldn't handle it. Jordan got a hand on the pass. He deflected it.
The deflection made the pass wind up behind the receiver. Off his hand, turnover.
And now Ron Anderson has checked in. Armin Gilliam departs. Ron Anderson has been very quiet over the first 3 games against Chicago. B.J. Armstrong in for the first time. Flip Livingston getting set to make his way. Won't count. Nick O'Donnell waves it off. The foul before the shot attempt. John Hawkins, that is his first. Here is Cliff Livingston replacing Bill Cartwright. Cartwright 1 for 4 from the field. And 2 personal fouls. Armstrong changed his mind. Short. Michael now 3 for 7. The Bulls continue to control the offensive board. And again, it's Grant for Jordan. He blew the layup. Rebounded by Barkley. Offensive foul on Barkley.
This is not unusual for Chicago to do this on the offensive boards. They're the 4th best team in the NBA at retrieving their own missed shots. Jordan actually jumps a little bit too high, almost shoots it over the rim.
Bulls lead by 9. And now called against Chicago. It is an offensive foul on B.J. Armstrong. Armin Gilliam trying to check in, and he's been told by the official Bob Delaney that he must report to the scorer's table. Gave a little wave, and being brought on, Rick Mahorn will sit down. Anderson up front now with Gilliam and Barkley, Hawkins, and Turner in the backcourt. Andre Turner in his 5th year out of Memphis State. He's played well coming off the bench. Changes the pace for the Sixers. Move by Barkley, and he took a bump.
If you're going to come and double team Charles Barkley, you must do it sooner than the painted or colored area in the middle of the lane. You've got to come early, make him give up the basketball, and then have a chance at least for the rest of your players to make their rotations. When he catches you back down here in the paint, I don't think there's any one individual that can stop him down there.
Livingston's foul, putting Barkley on the line because the Bulls are over the limit. Charles has had his difficulties at the free throw line. Did not have a good one on Friday. 7 for 13 from the foul line Friday night. Bulls lead by 8 with 1:20 to go in the first. Armstrong and Jordan now in the backcourt. Grant, Pippen, Livingston up front. Phil Jackson telling us last night that he would go big at times and go small at times, and he has the smaller front line on the floor right here.
One of the other things he mentioned also was he had to make an adjustment in their half-court offense when Jordan's knee was bothering him in the last game. Michael came in a timeout and said, how about posting me up some more so I don't have to use my dribble moves to get free.
Barkley with the steal and gave it back. The officials check it out. 76er ball indicates Jake O'Donnell.
And good communication by the two officials. O'Donnell signaled it, blew the whistle a couple extra times to let the other officials know, I got a good look. They waited, let Jake make the call.
Michael Jordan has missed his last 5 shot attempts. Hawkins swinging away. And Hersey will go to the foul line.
Actually, that time, Hersey had his teammate, Andre Turner, floating away to a spot-up area when the triple team took place. A good time to just give the ball up, get your teammate off with an open shot.
Foul committed by Horace Grant. Hersey Hawkins came on strong in the second half of last season. Charles Barkley said he was the key to the 76er success, of strong bounce back from a poor playoff performance against the Knicks in his rookie year, and he has been solid right throughout. This is 3rd NBA season made the All-Star team. This despite the fact that he's played hurt for a good portion of the year. Shoulders aching, sore back, twisted ankle, just the normal aches and pains.
Doesn't have a whole lot to say. He just goes out and plays the game. And the nice thing is he continues to get better and develop in different areas of the basketball game as he goes on in his career.
The Bulls by 6. And Grant was held. Trying to take advantage of the mismatch with Andre Turner.
Yeah, somehow Grant wound up with Turner on his back down low. Jordan got up in the air, looked around a little bit, and said, oh, there he is. Let me just find him underneath. They went to a spread set to allow Jordan the ability to penetrate down the lane. Then he's so good at drawing the second defender and finding an open teammate.
And now Jordan posting up on Hawkins. Gilliam could hold on, and it was deflected out by Livingston.
Right now, it's up to Barkley and Gilliam with Mahorn on the bench. They must control the defensive boards and give the Bulls only one shot at the basket.
Light pressure employed by the Bulls. Chicago missing their last 6 shot attempts, so they've gone cold. They lead 24-18, down to 15 seconds in the quarter, 10 on the shot clock. Turner with the step, and tipped home by Gilliam. The Bulls lead cut to 4. Final seconds of the first quarter. Pippen, Armstrong, yes, at the horn. After 1 here at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, it's the Chicago Bulls 26 and the Philadelphia 76ers 20. Michael Jordan with an 8-point first quarter, but only 3 for 9 from the field. 2 of the 3 from downtown. We'll be back with the second quarter right after a pause for these messages.
Cars are lucky enough to even see the finish line. The rotary-powered Mazda RX-7 has won more races than any other car in IMSA history. The Mazda RX-7.
Good morning, America!
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wake up, you sleepyhead.
Good morning to you and you and you.
Get up, get out of bed.
Every morning all across America, over 50 million people come to life with Delta faucets.
Live, love, laugh, and be happy.
Good morning, good morning.
Delta,
good
the way
morning.
water is brought to life.
Most guys would tell you they don't really think about their hair. Right. Personally, I think most guys want their hair to look good as long as it's not a hassle. That's where Pert Plus comes in. It's a unique shampoo and conditioner in one. so, you get clean, more manageable hair than with plain shampoo, but without any extra work. That's Pert Plus. Hey, I admit it. I think about my hair. But it's not all I think about.
Wash and go with Pert Plus. Also in dandruff control.
The Lakers. The Warriors. It's Magic and Mullen in a good old Western shootout. The NBA playoffs continue next.
Earlier this season, there were reports that Charles Barkley and Armin Gilliam were in disagreement in terms of basketball philosophy. The feeling was when the ball went into Armin, it did not come back, and I talked about that with Charles.
I've never had a problem with Armin. The only problem I have with sometimes he doesn't rebound like a power forward should. I've never had a problem if he's going to score every time, he can shoot the ball as many times as he wants to. But the only problem I've ever had with Armin was I thought he should have been averaging double-figure rebounds. He was only averaging about 6 or 7 rebounds. But he's been rebounding well and playing great so far in the playoffs.
During the regular season, he averaged 7 rebounds a game. In the playoffs thus far, down to almost 6.5.
Jim Lynam was telling us that he also would like to see Gilliam assert himself more, was the way he phrased it. Well, he certainly did on Friday night in Game 3 with the 76ers defeating the Bulls. Will Perdue has come on as we get underway in the second quarter. Here's Anderson, couldn't find the shot. 2 on the 24, and Pippen stole it from Anderson. Scottie Pippen all the way. What a move by Pippen.
That last sequence developed because of full court pressure by the Bulls and the fact that they allowed Hawkins to bring it up. He is not comfortable as the point guard.
Anderson trying to get into it. The shot has not been falling for Ron Anderson during the course of this series. Hodges for 3. Grant on the tip. And the Bulls lead by 10. In the first quarter, Chicago only 11 for 29. A host of shot opportunities. Sixers with 7 for 16 from the floor. And Horace Grant, the big man for the Bulls, 7 points and 7 rebounds. Sixers want to talk it over.
That's the 9th second shot opportunity and the 12th point that the Bulls have scored when they miss a shot.
So timeout with a minute gone by in this second quarter, and the Bulls now lead it by the score of 30 to 20. Ron Anderson had an outstanding regular season. Played well in the opening round against the Milwaukee Bucks. There you see for the season just under 19 per game in this series at 8 points per game. And his shot making off the bench has been so important for the Sixers.
You count on this guy to help your perimeter game during the regular season. As you mentioned, he almost shot 49% from the floor. But in the playoffs, he's right around 42%. They need him to make a few jumpers to open up. Barkley posting up down low.
Barkley works on the double team, and he's clobbered by Perdue. Will Perdue called for the foul.
Remember, we had said if you're going to come after Barkley, you got to come after him before he gets into the paint area. Once he's in the blue, he's just too tough to stop.
Actually, free throw shooting problems of Barkley for the season, only 72%. Crowd responds as Manute Bol checks in for the first time. Armin Gilliam sitting down. Armin 0 for 4 from the field. Manute Bol got the thumb in the late stages of the game on Friday night. Did not like a foul call and softly tossed the ball in the direction of the official, Jack Neese, and then he claimed that it was Michael Jordan who threw the ball at Neese.
But he certainly is a factor for the 76ers when he's on the floor. During the season, when he was off the floor, opponents shot 49% against him. When he was on the floor, only 42%.
And it's tipped home by Perdue. Bulls by 10.
And that's one of the things that you emphasize. When Bol goes to block shots, if he's guarding you, go to the offensive boards. That's just what Will Perdue did.
Hawkins and Turner at the guard. Barkley with Bol and Anderson up front. Here's Hawkins. He lost the grip. Armstrong with the pull-up. And back come the Sixers. 3 on 2. Oh, what a pass. Barkley for Anderson. 32 Chicago. We get a whistle. Illegal defense. Minute kind of hanging around down low.
Yes, and Andre Turner got caught on the other side of the floor road, so Jake O'Donnell could pick out either one of the guys, but he's going to give it to Minute.
9:39 remaining in this first half. Ladies and gentlemen,
3 reminders from a leader in 4-wheel drive and all-wheel drive technology. 1. Don't try this without the advantage of 4-wheel drive. 2. Don't try this without the advantage of all-wheel drive. And 3. Don't try 1 or 2 without the advantage of Jeep or Eagle.
Me and Joe were 2 of the most feared players in football. Now we want to try more peaceful pursuits, like fishing. We brought along some cold Miller Lights. This Light's not some watered-down version of a regular beer. It's the less filling beer that really tastes great. You ready to try and catch a fish, Randy? Okay, Joe, I'll go first. Hey, fish, get in the boat!
Oh, this fish is pretty easy. It's no fish story. When it's Miller Lite, less filling, tastes great.
Hey, that one's too small. Get out of here!
Attenzione, prego. Cos'è questa cosa qua?
It's the Canon Futura.
Sembra sospetto. Guarda spiegazione.
With futuristic flash and long-range power zoom lens. The Futura from Canon. So advanced, it's simple.
Midas announces Quiet Riot Day with great values on muffler, brakes, and suspension service.
So get to the riot. We'll provide the quiet. The Midas Quiet Riot. For great values, nobody beats Midas. Nobody!
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Jeep and Eagle, official vehicles of the NBA. By Miller Lite. When it's Miller Lite, less filling really tastes great. And by Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Back at the Spectrum, the Bulls with an 8-point lead on the Sixers, and this Philadelphia 76er club, a very loose team, an illustration of Sixer mirth. Charles Barkley's impersonation of Rick Mahorn at a recent practice session. What is Charles telling us here?
Is he saying that Rick carries some extra luggage around?
And I know that Rick certainly appreciated the comedy attempt of Charles. 2.5 gone by in the second. It's the Bulls with an 8-point lead. Purdue being guarded now at times by Bol.
At the offensive end of the floor, let's see if they run a little back pick lob for Bol. Jimmy Lynam likes to do that, coming out of timeouts, try and get the big guy off.
Pippen from deep. Anderson with the save, but he stepped out. Look out. Ron letting a hand. What a guy.
Chasing it down, the good hustle by Anderson, and then the collision with the fan, and nice enough to extend the hand, bring him back up quickly. He says, look, I got to go. We're starting this game again.
Bill Jackson with a backcourt of B.J. Armstrong and Craig Hodges. Will Purdue, Scottie Pippen, and now Stacey King up front. Stacey King has not seen much action in this series. Played well against the Bulls in the playoffs last year. Started a couple of games. And it's King posting on Barkley. Rebounded by Hawkins.
Yeah, and that time you had 4 white shirts for the Sixers going to the defensive boards.
Barkley with the stutter step dribble. Drew the foul again. Charles landing on the floor. He took a push. It was fouled by King. It is a non-shooting foul. Anderson, Barkley, and Bol up front. Hawkins and Turner in the backcourt.
A nice move by the Sixers, having the big man as the next help guy. Purdue, a little bit slow getting over there to form the double team.
Strong start by Barkley, who's hit 5 out of 6, 13 points. Crowd urging Minute to shoot from deep. Goes to the fling.
He jump hooked from the foul line area.
I guess that's one that Jim Lynam has to live with. You do not want to see shot from such a distance. They delivered a couple from in close. Now Purdue, he beat Cole and was able to go glass to give the Bulls a 10-point lead.
Yeah, but let's look at it from the positive side. You got it out of the way now, so maybe he won't do it down the end of the game.
Do you think he did get it out of the way?
We'll find out.
Manute had a 10-point game, a season high against the Bulls in an extensive garbage time situation last week in Chicago. Anderson, and here comes Armstrong. Sixers able to get back.
Anytime that Chicago wants to double team, they send Manute's man.
Scottie Pippen has 8. And the Bulls open up a 12-point lead. Jim Lynam wants to talk it over, calling for the timeout. So a 12-point lead for Chicago. It is their biggest of the ball game.
The jump hook from the foul line is not one of the things that Jim Lynam was drawing up in that huddle. And then Purdue, once he sees Bo leave right there to challenge, goes right to the basket to score on the inside.
Jump hook, very kind.
Who could that be? It's Charles Barkley with today's word.
Today's word is find.
Tell the boys and girls how you get fined, Charles.
You can get fined for a lot of things, like yelling, arguing, and bad-mouthing an official, but most of all for fighting.
Have you ever been fined, Charles?
Never, ever. No.
Charles is a great player, but he has a lousy memory.
Never, ever.
A new high-output 4-liter engine. Anti-lock brakes. And exclusive shift-on-the-fly, full-time 4-wheel drive. Make Jeep Cherokee the ultimate vehicle for the hustle and bustle of everyday life.
Now save $1,000 on new Jeep Cherokees.
I think that's the best move I've ever made, was to stay in school and really pay attention and focus on the things that you need to get done in high school. I think if kids want to get a quality education, it's there, and it's there for your benefit. I think you should really capitalize on that opportunity. Stay in school. It's your best move.
A message furnished by Ronald McDonald Children's Charities, the NBA, and its players.
Miller Genuine Draft presents #1 draft choices.
Today's Miller Genuine #1 draft pick, Hersey Hawkins. While at Bradley, Hersey finished his college career as the NCAA's 4th all-time leading scorer. He was actually drafted by the LA Clippers with the 6th overall pick back in '88. Then on draft day, he was dealt to the 76ers. He capped the rookie season by being named to the NBA All-Rookie team, and this year a member of the East All-Star squad. A reminder, at the end of today's broadcast, we'll be selecting the Miller Genuine Draft Player of the game. Let's go over to Ahmad Rashad.
All right, Mark, that last time out, Jimmy Lynam inserted Rick Mahorn back in the lineup. They're trying to get some offense going, so they set Manute Bol down and bring in Ricky Mahorn.
All right, Ahmad, it is a combination of Mahorn with Barkley and Anderson up front, Turner and Hawkins in the backcourt, and the Bulls trail by 12. The Sixers trail by 12, biggest lead of the game for Chicago. Hawkins, and an illegal defense indicated by Dan Crawford. So the 76ers get the new 24. The last time that a team has come back after being down 0-2 in a best-of-7 series in 1977. Portland down 2-zip, came back to defeat the 76ers 4-2 in the NBA Finals. Here is Turner, rebounded by Purdue. Chicago winning the first 2 games of this series. Philadelphia winning in the final seconds here on Friday. Rodgers with the step. Barkley chased by Pippen. Yes, and it counts.
One of the pluses is Charles Barkley's ability to lead the fast break and then finish at the end. He can pass off to open teammates or finish it himself. He loves taking it all the way.
Michael Jordan returning. Sat out the first 5 minutes of the second quarter. Greg Hodges sits down. Scottie Pippen with the foul to put Charles Barkley at the line. He's now 3 out of 5 from the line. Barkley with 15. The Bulls by 10. Purdue is up front, along with Pippen and King, Jordan, and Armstrong at the guard position. Jordan picked up on the switch. Pippen, Scottie Pippen has 10.
And that's the changing of the defenses by the 76ers. That time, they double-team Jordan. He makes the pass. He's counting on his teammates to make the shot. Other times, they try to play him straight up. Don't come and double-team.
Ricky Green. Bulls 38, and the 76ers 28. Jordan getting the screen. 10 points for Michael Jordan. He's hit on 4 out of 10. He has done it with the jump shot. He did try to post up a couple of times earlier. He's hit 2 from downtown. Horn comes out to set the pick and then rolls to the hoop. Met by the double team. Ricky Green shooting. The Bulls 40. The 76ers 30. Pippen had it deflected away. Jordan on the recovery. Hawkins playing him very tough. And Hawkins with the deflection. Foul is called. Oh, what a play defensively by the Sixers. The foul on Jordan.
They understand that they've got to be aggressive out here today. They've got to make things happen to give themselves a chance at more shots, a way to score more points against this Bulls defense. The hustle appreciated by the fans.
Substitutions: Bill Cartwright, Horace Grant, John Paxson returned. 5.5 remaining in this first half. The Bulls by 10. Barkley getting the step. Charles Barkley with 17. An 8-point Chicago lead and a reach-in foul call. Crowd looking for the clean steal, but the horn picks up his second. And Jake O'Donnell is asking for the basketball. Barkley just put it at center court. And now trying to explain that it was not intentional. He was not looking for the official to have to walk to center court.
I believe Bob Delaney walked over the other official and called a delay of game against the 76ers.
Barkley guarding Jordan. Forced him to the jump. And the foul called on the Sixers. It's on Anderson.
On the strip right there, the whistle blows. Barkley thinks he's got a clean steal, heading the other way, and then the official is calling for the basketball. Rick Mahorn's trying to help out everyone, saying, I can't believe what's going on out here.
And the Sixers stay with the matchup of Barkley and Jordan. Jordan to the crossover, and he was hit. No argument from Charles Barkley.
It's the first time now that we've seen Jordan go real strong, real hard. He knows that he can beat Barkley off the dribble. Mahorn rotating across, but as he walks away gingerly on that bad left knee.
Michael Jordan shooting 2. Michael Jordan took treatment throughout the day yesterday. Phil Jackson called off practice, just looking to give the guys a rest. Michael Jordan coming off the 20 to 34 for 46 points on Friday. And Charles Barkley hears it from the crowd as he gets his first rest of the afternoon. 7 for 8 from the field, 3 out of 5 from the line for 17 points.
During the regular season, Barkley averaged around 37 minutes a game. In the playoffs, he's up to 39.5 minutes a game. Just now, he went 19 straight minutes before they took him out of the game.
Well, the crowd looking for offensive interference. Chicago by 9. Mahorn and Cartwright going at it down low. Here's Mahorn. And the foul called on Cartwright. That is his third.
Ron Anderson is going to have to face up and knock out a couple of those jump shots. Right now, his defensive man is playing halfway off him, trying to stop the pass into the post. That's why it's so hard to get the ball down low to Rick Mahorn. There's a guy in front of him, Bill Cartwright behind.
Rick Mahorn, a good free throw shooter, just under 80% for the season. And Phil Jackson opts to go with Stacey King rather than Will Perdue. As Bill Cartwright is taken out, Cartwright 1 out of 4 from the field, plus the 3 personal fouls. Mahorn short on him. And the Bulls with an 8-point lead. Back to the offense. Just under 4.5 remaining. In the first half, Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, another shot from the spectrum, and Billy Grant with a terrific recovery of a pass that was thrown a bit high.
Yeah, use that left arm real well to shield off the defender and get the shot off with his right hand.
Bulls by 10. They've had the sizable lead throughout. They've led by as many as 12. Hawkins getting it back out, and Green fires.
That was a great series defensively, though, for Chicago. They made a number of rotations. They forced the Sixers to move the basketball.
Anderson with the deflection recovered by Grant. Here's King. And the Bulls with a 45-33 lead. A.C. King with his first field goal. Charles Barkley getting set to return. Very effective double up on Gilliam. Anderson. And last touch by King. Could not get out of the way.
With Barkley out of the game, the options become limited as to where the 76ers can go for scores. They do not have a number of guys that create one-on-one off the dribble like a Michael Jordan type player. Barkley can do it, but he was out.
The Bulls want to talk it over. They take a timeout with 3 minutes, 23 seconds remaining in this first half. And apparently a technical foul has been called on one of the 76ers assistant coaches. That is Fred Mad Dog Carter, and apparently he was hit with the tee. We'll be right back.
Dodge Spirit, the Plymouth Acclaim. Last year in consumer comparisons, 83 out of 100 people preferred the Acclaim and Spirit to Honda Accord. Both have a longer powertrain warranty than Honda, more interior room, and a driver's airbag. So what are you waiting for? A deal? All right. We're offering savings and incentives up to $2,250. Rediscover the great American family car values.
Subway's Cold Cut Combo. It starts with a foundation of the freshest bread anywhere. Baked every 4 hours in every Subway store. Then cheese, 3 kinds of meat, and whichever of our 9 tasty fixings you choose. Total construction cost $1.69. It's time to eat. Subway 6-inch Cold Cut Combo. For $1.69, we can build one for you.
For NBC Special Monday, we took 3 of the biggest superstars on the tube.
This is gonna be good.
Added the adorable Cosby Clan.
They are adorable, aren't they?
And let them make comedy magic.
It's their job.
First, it's a special Monday Cosby Show. Then, Jasmine Guy guest stars on The Fresh Prince. A special NBC Monday.
Bob Costas and Pat Riley back in New York at halftime. We'll have a profile of the Warriors' Chris Mullin. You'll see him later today against the Lakers on NBC. And
we'll take a look at the quintessential role player, Horace Grant, for the Chicago Bulls and why he helps others get headlines.
Right now, we send it back to Marv Albert and Mike Fratello at the Spectrum for the rest of the first half. See you in a few minutes.
Pat, thank you. And Horace Grant has come up very strong in the first half today. Just a moment ago, Fred Mad Dog Carter was hit with a technical foul. One-time outstanding player for the Bullets and the 76ers. He was tagged with the moniker Mad Dog, incidentally, by teammate Ray Scott following a defensive drill when Scott said, "That guy is madder than a dog." Mike, we bring you these behind-the-scenes stories from time to time as Paxson hits the technical.
I was most impressed with the fact that Riles is laying some big words on us from the studio.
Yes. I am not surprised. I mean, the man has studying very hard.
But then again, when you sit next to Mr. Costas, those things do rub off.
We're being so nice. Balls go to the trap. Mahorn looked like Grant got a piece of it. The Bulls by 13 as we come up on 3 minutes remaining first half. Jordan penetrating. Oh, what a shot. He goes high off glass while twisting his body, and he now has 13.
He could have just laid that thing in. He made it look difficult.
Biggest lead of the game. A 15-point margin. The Bulls have come up with 7 unanswered. Shot clock at 6. Gilliam. And Armin Gilliam continues to struggle. He is 0 for 5.
As he's making his move offensively, it looks like Gilliam can't decide whether he wants to use glass, the backboard from there, or try to play it straight in.
Jordan with a strong move to his left. Mahorn on the rebound took a poke over the left eye. Here's Green. Gilliam. Barkley. Barkley again. 19 for Charles Barkley. The Bulls 48 and the 76ers 35.
Offensive rebounds don't come easy for the 76er team. They were the 26th best, meaning there's only one team worse than them in getting back their missed shots during the regular season.
Holding foul called on Ricky Green. That was the 4th team foul on the 76ers. Livingston will throw in. Livingston with King and Grant up front. Jordan and Paxson in the backcourt. Now Jordan with the post-up move. That's a post-up move you rarely will see anyone else attempt. Off the steal. Grant extends to a 15-point advantage.
Michael Jordan with the great hands deflects it, knocks it to Grant, who finishes off the play. Jordan is so dangerous hanging around rebounders at the defensive board area.
And Paxson deflected it. And here's Paxson. The Bulls by 17. We're down to 1 minute left in this first half, and the Sixers are hearing it from the home crowd. Chicago's defense has turned it here in the second quarter. Nice move. For Hersey Hawkins, that was his first field goal. He's hit 4 of 4 from the line for 6 points. Chicago 52 and Philadelphia 37. Jordan. Gilliam on the rebound, and he was bumped by Grant. Bulls over the limit.
A few moments ago, they send Jordan down in the hole. He creates some kind of shot in trying to score, but even after he misses, when you defensive rebound, you've got to be careful. He loves to stay after the rebounder, knocks it free. The finish by Grant.
And Grant picked up his 3rd foul. Armin Gilliam 1 for 2 from the foul line. Will shoot 2 with 33 and 7/10 seconds to go in the first half.
Steals, forcing turn.